I have had this thrifted fall platter in my stash for literal years. I grabbed it, I had to have it, and I'm finally crafting with it years later. I think I paid $1 for it because it says $1.99 and that thrift store is half off. We are also using a napkin from my big pack of Craftkins napkin subscription as of August 21st, 2025. I still have a couple packs left, so if you want to grab this pack that has this exact double-sided napkin, just comment Craftkins or look in the description or the comments and I will throw the link there for you. So what we're doing here is we're just separating the plies of our napkin. I used a water pen and I tore around the whole outer edge to give it that feathered edge look. So I didn't know what I wanted to do with my tray. I was gonna originally paint it all white with gold rub and buff, but then I really liked that dark brown around the outer edge, but I had to do the center white or else the napkin wouldn't show up good. So my plan was to test it out like this, and if I didn't like it, I was gonna just go ahead and paint the whole thing white, but I ended up really liking it. So I just did the center with the white chalk paint, and then I took my antique gold rub and buff, and I just rubbed it on all those raised edges. So it really brought out the detail of all those leaves, the acorns. It has like a raised edge around the platter, and once I saw this, I was like, yep, that is what we're doing. That is how I love it. So I stopped there, did not paint the rest white. We're taking our trusty Mod Podge and we are just decoupaging our napkin to the center of our tray. See, when you use the water pen, it makes it look like that design was just meant to be in the middle, like it was made like that, instead of having those harsh cut edges of the napkin. All right, so it was really hard to get a nice clean circle around that edge, so I decided to glue some of my like thicker twine around where the white meets the rest of the tray, just to give it like a more finished look. I could have took time and went around like really neatly and done like a perfectly straight white line, but I was like, ain't no one got time for that. So I just took some twine. I actually really like how that twine, ended up looking. Okay. So now we gotta make a little bow. I'm just making a simple, really like scrappy rag bow with some coffee stained muslin and then some of this like brown plaid fabric. I believe that brown plaid one is from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, got it from Hobby Lobby last year. And then my muslin, I get it on Amazon and I just coffee stain it at home. So I'm using a Bodabra to make my bow. Super simple. You just loop the ends. I left really long tails. Like I said, I want it to be kind of shaggy, shabby, raggy, anything-y. All right, so now I tortured myself here. I did not know if I wanted to add this lace or not. I really liked it. It definitely completely changes the look of the craft though. And I was unsure about it, but I sent it to one of my crafty friends, shout out to Amanda Mefford, and she's like, put the lace behind the tray, because I had it on like the top of the tray, and I loved it. So I actually gave this a break overnight. It was one of those things where I had to stop looking at it. I could not decide, and there was no decisions being made. So I slept on it. I looked at it the next day with fresh eyes, and I was like, yes, we are doing the lace behind the tray. So I really like how the lace ended up looking. It just gives it such a girly, pretty look to it. All right, so now I wanted to add some more fall vibes to it. So I just took some fall leaves that I had. These are picks that are from Hobby Lobby as well from last year. I glued those kind of off to the side on the left-hand side, and I glued my bow down. And you know what I forgot to do, you guys? I have some little sunflowers. I don't even know why I did not cross my mind to use a sunflower in the center of the bow. I ended up using a leaf here, like a leaf button that I painted white. And then I was gonna add some sunflowers kind of around the napkin where that white space is. I totally forgot to do it. And then I took all my pictures and the video and everything. And then I'm like, if I do add the sunflowers, I'm not going back and taking pictures. I just don't have time. So let me know. Do you think we should add some sunflowers around that white space? I put them on there and looked at it, and I do like how it looks. It looks pretty. So I will probably go ahead and glue a few of those on there. But here it is, all done. I think this is absolutely gorgeous. I love crafting with napkins. If you want to get some cute ones, let me know, and let me know, what do you think?